Hello, everyone. It's Yasmin here from Family Support Resources, and I'm back to talk about family estrangement and follow on with part two of what I shared in my previous video. So now I'm going to look at the next big question I get asked all the time, which is what leads to estrangement? And just like I stressed in my last video, family conflict and estrangement is a very complex area. The issues that lead to estrangement are a complex web, and there's no one simple answer or cause. So, the following areas I mentioned today are likely, possible, and common causes. But just like the universe is infinite, so too are the areas that lead to and continue to contribute to conflict and estrangement. But this is certainly a question that needs focus because it's often the first question people ask themselves. A very real struggle in family estrangement is the question we ask ourselves: how did I get here? For people living with family estrangement, it can be an ongoing burden to carry and a constant cloud in our lives. We can really obsess with the questions: how did I get here? Why did this happen? And also the need to find answers. Now, when pressed or when we stop to look at the reality of causation, each of us know that there is no one easy answer as to why and how our situation developed. We know the reality that there can be many layers and no clear answer or no logical explanation. Even with the more obvious, unavoidable causes that lead to conflict, such as abuse or mental health issues, there's still no easy answer to the big questions we ask ourselves. Why is this happening to me? Why is my family member that way? Or why has my family fallen apart? How did we get here? And yet we try to find the miracle answer anyway. For many of us, it feels like the definitive answers are the only way for us to understand and break free from our pain and confusion. But I want to stress that a single answer or a single causation is too simplistic a response when addressing what led to estrangement and the trauma that follows. Often there are many, many layers to our situation. Often there's many reasons for someone's behavior or our own behavior. And often there are many areas of our trauma. And when you can understand this truth, then it actually opens the door up to more successful healing because you start to realize that there are actually many different healing steps that are available to you. But that's for another video. For now, and firstly, let's keep looking at what leads to estrangement and what some of the common themes are. So, to start with, there are the obvious situations such as physical abuse, sexual abuse, and domestic violence, where separation is essential to assure safety and healing. Similar to these areas of abuse, yet with a much greater spectrum of variety, exist situations which involve mental health, addiction, and also verbal, emotional abuse. This area also includes personality disorders and the struggles that they present also. Another common cause is the existence of complex and ongoing issues of conflict, such as ongoing family arguments and ongoing issues. These can develop and exist for months or years, leading to increased tension, stress, and conflict within the family, which leads to eventual separation. Now, the reasons for conflict are too many to list, from a simple disagreement to serious altercations. There's also divorce and the ripple effect that this can have on rearranging family structure and introducing new family members, also combined with the pre divorce parental conflict that can exist, which can also lead to family estrangement. Another common cause is alienation, but not just parental alienation. Alienation can also occur within the family unit due to domineering family members, such as spouses acting as gatekeepers and wanting to control the family environment. Another cause that can lead to estrangement are cultural and racial influences. We can see this not only in mixed marriages where there can be misunderstanding or unacceptance from surrounding family members, but also due to cultural traditions and values and the impact that has on family structure, behavior, and how the family unit exists. A very common cause that leads to estrangement are contrasting life values. This can include differing views on sexuality, religion, politics, personal life values, where one or both family members can't tolerate or agree to each other's values and subsequently reject the family member from their life. Now, contrasting family values is another area of conflict that leads to struggle and separation. But I want to stress this is different to life values. Family values involve different views on how family should exist and the different needs that each family member has. Contrasting family values involve different views and expectations in regards to family roles, obligations, and responsibilities, and how the family unit should exist according to a family member. And this leads to another example, which can lead to family estrangement, which are unfulfilled expectations. Family members can feel entitled to certain areas of support, such as emotional, financial, fair treatment, parental support, personal freedom, amongst others. When these personal needs are challenged or neglected, it can lead to the family member feeling betrayed, rejected, or stripped of an essential need that they feel entitled to. They can believe that they were let down. They can feel anger, resentment, and want to punish the other family member, blame them for their unhappiness in life, and also lead to separation. So you can see from just this quick overview of some of the more common reasons that what leads to estrangement and what fuels it is a very, very complex and layered situation. And there are so many reasons that can lead to it. And also there are so many areas that we could discuss further. Disruptive life events such as having to care for a family member, unexpected mental health issues, handling inheritance and financial situations, sibling rivalry, ineffective communication, family secrets such as the news of an adoption, or reasons that arise from gambling or drug and alcohol issues, poverty, marriage and interracial marriage, insecurities and jealousies, betrayal. Truly, whatever can happen in life, whatever pain a person is possible of feeling, can be a reason that leads to family estrangement. So, in answer to the question, how did we get here? As I said earlier, just like the universe is infinite, so too are the reasons that can lead to family estrangement. If I didn't mention the theme affecting your personal situation, then know that it's not because it's not recognized or valid. There are just too many causes to mention in a short video. And like I mentioned earlier, there is usually more than one reason. It's possible that it could be a combination of things that have built up and existed over time. Research shows that this final decision to separate is made by one or both parties following continued ongoing relationship struggles or internal struggles, which they believe to be impossible to reconcile or that they believe that they need a break from for their own well-being. One or both parties believe that separation is needed to restore peace, preserve well-being and family health, or that the only path to a healthy, independent life is to separate from a family member they view as destructive. I also want to stress that it's most commonly viewed as a painful decision and usually as a last resort. It often follows long periods of struggle and it's an attempt to restore peace and personal well-being. No matter who has made the decision for separation, it's usually reached following great pain and upset. So now that we see how complex family estrangement can be and the layers it can involve, now we come to the next question: how long will this last? And the truth is that family estrangement can exist for months, years, or decades. It can involve total, complete disconnection. It can involve greatly reduced connection, or it can be a cyclic existence where family members come in and out of contact over a period of time. The duration of either is unpredictable, it's uncertain and unknown. Reconciliation is possible, but it's not always guaranteed. And it's for this reason that family estrangement is so difficult and painful to face, because it has no predictable outcome or certain endpoint. One of my favorite experts in the area of this trauma, Dr. Pauline Boss, calls this ambiguous loss. And she talks about the challenge we face in regard to grieving because there's no closure. The truth is, there are ways to cope with and heal from this type of grief, but this is one of our greatest challenges in the area of family estrangement. Now, I know all we've just talked about today paints a very serious picture. And yes, it's true that family estrangement is an extremely painful and traumatic and complicated experience. But as with all struggles in life, there are ways to cope and heal, and there are ways to navigate conflict. There are ways to reclaim life and independence, and reconciliation is possible if that's what you want. Now, it's not guaranteed, and successful reconciliation between two people is not a certainty, but neither is permanent separation. My work over the last decade has proven to me that this is true. People can change and reassess their decisions. Big life changes, such as births, deaths, health issues, or catastrophes, can lead to people reaching out to reconcile. Time can heal wounds. People can change, situations can change, and anything is possible. This is the truth, and it's a myth that family estrangement is permanent. It's also true that you can reconnect to joy again while navigating these struggles or while living with separation in your family. So, even if you are living with ongoing separation, it's still possible to heal, to reconnect to life again, and find joy in your life again. So please stay connected for ongoing support. Subscribe to this channel and explore the links below to find help and resources available. Thank you for watching today. Love to everyone, and I look forward to sharing more time together in the next video. See you soon.